think I've said this like once before on my channel, but this topic is quite possibly the most requested topic I've ever received, and I don't know why, because up until a week ago, I had no idea what this was, so I apologise if my information in this video isn't as from the heart because I never experienced this. However, upon researching it, I couldn't not do a video on it, so you guys got what you wanted. The internet is a host to so many fun and interactive social games, such as Movie Star Planet, Club Penguin, Bin Weevils, and the rest. And another little... I wanted to say niche, but I don't actually think it's niche. Maybe I'm just getting old. But Gacha Life ended up gaining popularity among children and young teens due to its anime style and character customization themes. It also included storytelling features and mini-games. The simplicity and creativeness on the game attracted players, making it one of the staples in online community games, especially on platforms such as YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and all of the above. However, despite Gacha Life's childlike and innocent appearance, this game is surrounded by so many weird controversies, many of them stemming from inappropriate content that has been made within a child's game, online safety concerns, and its potential to influence young teenagers and children into pretty concerning behaviours. The game has also been criticised for the way it's enabled the creation and spread of explicit, violent and disturbing content. Yeah, this is a kids game. So today, I'm finally going to bite the bullet and listen to what the fans want and give you guys a video on this silly little game. And I thought we could have a look at some of the controversies along the way, because would it really be a dollface video without that? So sit back, relax, I'll quit yapping and we'll just get straight into this video. So if you perhaps live under a rock, like me, for once, I am the one that was living under a rock. Gacha Life is a popular mobile game developed by a company called Lumine back in 2018. It allows players to create anime-style characters like these little chibi-type designs, and what they could do, they can customise their appearance and create scenes using the in-game app Studio Mode. It's a creative and social game where you can interact, make stories and like chat with other players. The game being well known for its vibrant bright colours and its childlike catching designs, as well as the creativity that it's fostered within its community. And the game is also a free-to-play game, so you don't need to pay any money to play it. However, it does come with things such as in-app purchases, which means you can buy like coins and things within the game. And this is available on both iOS and Android devices. Players are able to design their characters with a vast range of hairstyles, outfits, facial expressions, and accessories to make their own little character that represents them as a person. Additionally, the studio mode also allows users to position their characters in custom backgrounds, adding dialogue, as well as all that other stuff. You can create your own shorts and like skip videos with your little characters. The game also contains some mini games that you can play to like gain rewards such as the in-game currency, which is gems. And this then means that players can unlock more customization options. Many of the users of this app use it to make animated videos of their characters and upload it to platforms like Facebook and TikTok. Not Facebook, YouTube and TikTok. Who under the age of 18 still uses Facebook? The game also includes life mode, where players can interact with NPCs within the game. If you're thinking this game sounds a little bit like a weeb version of Movie Star Planet, then you would be absolutely correct. This is exactly what this game is. History is repeating itself, because I remember on Movie Star Planet when people would make their own little films and then upload them to YouTube. Nothing's changed. The game's user-friendly interface and lack of strict objectives has made it appealing, especially for younger audiences, particularly young children and teenagers who enjoy the freedom to express their creativity, which is fair enough. However, despite its pretty big popularity, Gacha Life has been surrounded in many controversies, particularly concerning inappropriate content. the safety of its younger audiences, and the toxicity within the Gacha Life community, because of course there's toxicity in a little community where you make little chibi characters. Of course it's the worst place to be. One of the most significant controversies surrounding the Gacha Life game is the rise of inappropriate content within the community, and this is associated with the term gacha heat. I had no idea what this was, because the word heat, for me, when you say something's in heat, I think of a dog doing things to a pillow, you know, when it's in heat, or when it's on its, like, monthlies. I'm so sorry, this is gross. But gacha heat actually refers to suggestive, overly sexualized, or adult-themed content using Gacha Life characters, and for some reason people gave that type of content a name. So despite this game genuinely being targeted for children and young teenagers, some users have misused the studio mode to create explicit animation. Sorry, I'm just being killed by the gross words that are coming out of my mouth right now. Try that again, okay? So despite the game being targeted at young teens and children, some users have misused the studio mode, because this is why we can't have nice things, to create explicit animations and stories that depict inappropriate topics such as relationships, violence, and abuse.
Hey Timmy, what am I doing? Bombastic side-eye! Jinx, you owe me a soda!
But in saying that, this isn't new. This is not new, because I swear I have seen Movie Star Planet videos that have the exact same topics, okay? History is repeating itself. This is not new, okay? This is not a generational thing, because it's happening again with Gen Alpha. But I digress. Some of the players engage or promote role plays that contain themes of kidnapping, assault, and harmful behaviour, whatever that means. And again, keep in mind, this is a child's game, a game made for children and prepubescent teenagers. Some players have even created sexually suggestive animations, because of course they have. But again, I've seen this on Movie Star Planet, it's not new. And then these like little movies, if you will, then get spread onto platforms like YouTube and TikTok, which then makes this type of content go viral, which attracts more people to the game, and that's how the game ends up gaining a massive fan base. I need to have a minute. The company Lumine itself has actually attempted to address this issue by kind of moderating content a little bit more closely and banning certain terms in like in-game chat features, which is the exact same thing that Roblox does, which is hilarious, sorry. But however, due to the game's offline nature, players can still create and share content freely outside of the official platform, which then makes regulation difficult. So what that means is people can still use Gacha Life characters and make Gacha Life films on a different software, and they can include whatever they want. Does that make sense? Another major issue in the Gacha Life community, like every other child safe space on the internet, is the presence of online PDF files. Because the game attracts a young audience, it has unfortunately become a target for individuals looking to exploit young people. Because of course it does. This is why we can't have nice things and children can't have safe spaces on the internet, because people will use that to their advantage. In some cases, these PDF files have used platforms like Discord, YouTube, and even in-game chat functions on Gacha Life itself to engage with minors under the guise of discussing Gacha Life content. Some people going as far as to use the platform to groom and exploit young users, with some children unknowingly sharing personal information and have been coerced into inappropriate conversations or have been exposed to harmful individuals within the community. And this is a reason why I was inspired to make this video, because every comment that I got requested me to make this video was attached to a horror story. You guys, Oh my god, I am sorry you guys had to deal with this because this is so sad. And this whole ordeal has led to concerns about parental supervision and the need for stronger safety measures within the game and related online spaces, but that unfortunately is easier said than done because there is not much you can do because people will always find a way around it. People can lie about their age, people can lie about this, lie about everything. They can lie about everything. It doesn't matter what you do. They will find a way around it. Unless you want to provide, like, you need to show your ID to be under the age of 18 to use Gacha Life. But what under 18-year-old has an ID other than a passport? And even then, some children don't even have a passport. But anyway, moving on to the next topic, which is the toxicity and cyberbullying within the Gacha Life community. Because of course it does. Every single platform always has the gatekeepers and the losers that just ruin the fun for everyone else. Like many online gaming communities, the Gacha Life fandom has faced issues of toxicity and cyberbullying within since it's been created. Because who'd have thought making cute little characters was such a horrible place? While many players just use the game normally to like make their silly little films and make their silly little characters, others engage in harassment, drama, and online feuds. Because this is a big deal, apparently. The children are not alright. Some creators, like TikTok Gacha Life creators or YouTube Gacha Life creators, have been attacked for their art style, storytelling choices, or simply for being popular in the community. Additionally, the Gacha Life community has developed subcultures that engage in controversial and rather offensive content, including themes of abuse and discrimination and self-harm and everything that we talked about before. And while not being representative of the entire community, these elements do contribute to the game's hugely negative reputation because children are horrible. Children are little demons and they can be so nasty. Let me tell you, I've had some hate in my life, okay, especially over on TikTok, and the comments from grown-ass men, whatever, they roll off, but comments from children, it's like, oh, pain. Children are horrible. This game has been both positive but mostly negative when it comes to the effects on children's mental health, because of course it does. Despite it on one hand providing this creative outlet for children to use and express themselves artistically, which they can't really do a lot of that in person, especially if you're in school. You know, you have dress code, you have a uniform, you're not allowed to dye your hair, you know. I get it, I understand it, but then on the other hand, everything gets ruined. Nothing ever stays good forever. Because many players become overly attached to the game as well, spending excessive hours creating and consuming Gacha Life content, which unfortunately is every child nowadays, and if it's not Gacha Life, it's TikTok or YouTube Shorts. We live in an era of iPad children, and I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon, unless us Gen Z parents finally put a stop to it, which I have faith in us. Not me though, I ain't having no kids. But because the online community is so toxic and filled with drama and bullying and negative interactions, they then go on to affect young users. Like, total side rant, okay, by the way, I am 22 years old, and let me tell you, I am so glad TikTok was not a thing when I was in school. Oh my god, I would not be here right now. I would have been pushed to my limit a long time ago, because could you imagine? Oh my god, if you are currently in school and you are going through what I dread that I would have had to have gone through if TikTok was a thing, prayers. Oh my god, you are in my thoughts and prayers. I don't know how you do it, because I bet it's tough. I could not imagine my most embarrassing years of my life being attached and being filmed and then being posted on TikTok where it could go viral. Or my school having like a, what do you call them? Not a Finsta. What's it name where you like not a bullying page. I can't think of the name I'm looking for, but like a smear page where people like post rumors about people at your school. Oh my god, that is terrifying. Children nowadays are built different. But anyway, total side note, side rant. I apologise, but it does kind of tie into the video, as well as some of these Gacha Life stories showing like negative things that happen in life, like unhealthy relationships, self-harm, and other problematic behaviours. that could then go on to be normalised by these children that see it and then go on to recreate it or think it's normal behaviour. It can affect their perceptions of relationships and as well as their own self-worth, as well as just all around normalising dangerous situations for young fans in general. Another pretty big issue surrounding Gacha Life is the frequent theft of content and other people's art. Since the game's studio mode makes it easy to create original characters and animations, many artists on Gacha Life have had their content and their work stolen and copied without permission, which is a real problem regardless of Gacha Life. Art theft is a pretty big deal, because how would you feel if you spent ages on a drawing, okay, a hand drawing, and someone came over and said, I'm having that, this is my drawing now. This is mine. That's theft. It's no different to doing it online. Someone draws a picture and you save that image and try and pass it off as your own. That is stealing. But anyway, additionally, some users have taken copyrighted music, artwork, storylines from other media to use in their videos, which has led to issues with intellectual property rights, which is a whole jargon buster within itself, because none of those words make sense to me, and that's big girl words, and I don't have my big girl brain on right now. So moving on. Well, not really moving on, because I have one more point, because YouTube has also taken action against some of these videos, but the problem persists. It hasn't stopped or slowed down, because people find a way around these things. With Gacha Life's colourful art style and like cutesy little vibe, obviously a lot of children are attracted to it, and they want to play this game, and many of these children are unaware of the dangers associated within the community. But despite this, on the contrary, Gacha Life can be a great place for young teenagers and children to connect and express themselves, which we have spoke about very briefly before, but this is like the only positive within this game. But again, some of the content that Gacha Life users create can be like wholesome and content and somewhat educational as well in a weird way, while others are just dog shit. And funnily enough, this can lead to some users gaining a huge following, which can lead to pressure, drama, and mental health struggles, because, like I said, I am 22 years old, my platform isn't that big, my TikTok isn't that big either, but man, it's terrifying. I can imagine how that must feel for a small child that just wants to make cutesy little videos. As we mentioned before, the creator of Gacha Life has taken steps to eliminate this threat, like banning phrases and banning and ceasing the word gacha heat to exist, and they remove that content from their servers, and they release updates to remove certain customization features that can be misused for explicit content. But despite these efforts, inappropriate content continues to surface, raising questions about whether stricter moderation or age restrictions should be implemented. While Gacha Life is a fun and creative platform, its controversies highlight challenges of online communities, especially those with young children involved. The rise of inappropriate content, online PDF files, cyberbullying, plagiarism, and everything else has raised concerns about player safety and content moderation. It's important that parents, educators, and content platforms are aware of what goes on and what their children are up to. It's important that these, people take steps to monitor what their children are doing online and to keep an eye on their content consumption. But despite its flaws, Gacha Life remains an important tool for creativity, but it also serves as a reminder of the dangers of unmoderated online spaces. And that is all of the information I have on this video. If you enjoyed, please let me know, and if you have any of your own horror stories from using Gacha Life, please put them in the comments below as I read every single comment, as well as if you have your own video requests, leave them in the comments as well. And if you'd like to follow me on any other social medias, the links will be down below in my description. Every follow is appreciated, and this is the first time I'm going to say this, but if you like what you see, subscribe, and if you don't, that's absolutely fine. But until the next video, stay safe.